Good day, good day, good day, everybody. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this week. Yes, I am, because we are kicking off our celebration week. Yes. So good day, Wayne, my space cowboy. I hope you're doing well. Good day, mommy. It's good to see you. Hey, Nan. It's good to see you. Hey, Tim. Hope all is well in Ohio. Linda, hope all is well in Colorado. We are all over the place and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So welcome everybody. Welcome to SIP with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa. And SIP is an acronym for Spirit in Practice, where we practice and we practice and we practice some more, because the perfection is really about the practice. So, wearing my Living Life in Joy shirt today. I had to do that to kick off our celebration week. So the official two-year anniversary is April 6th, which is Wednesday. And you all know that I have declared Wednesday Yes Day. So prepare yourselves. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, Tim's making it a whole week. I said, let me do a baby step with y'all. But if y'all want to make it a whole week, we could do that, right? So choose which one you want to make it, a yes week or a yes day on April 6th. All good. So, Lindsay, it's good to see you. New Earth Urban Monk, good to see you too. So, I was thinking about this week. I've been thinking about this week for a week or so now. And over the weekend, I was thinking about, okay, what is the series going to be? And last night, I set a bedtime intention for clarity about the series. And what came to me today was to share some of my learnings, over these 2 years. So I keep a list of, and Sekou really started this because I would say things and I didn't remember what I said. So early on, he would kind of write them down and send them to me. And I started creating a list of them. So I have a pretty healthy list now. And so I want to share some of those with you throughout the week. Okay, so that's what we're going to do as our series. And the series is simply celebrating learnings. We are celebrating learnings, right? Let's celebrate what we learn. Let's celebrate the the progress that all of us have made over these 2 years, right, Gladys? We made a lot of progress over these 2 years. And just think about what everybody has experienced over these 2 years, right? A pandemic, right? But that didn't stop us, right, Margareta? We kept moving forward. Most of us kept moving forward. And let me just say, those people who are in my atmosphere, I know are moving forward. And I know others are having challenges and difficulties. And I send peace and prayer and well-being to everybody on the planet as part of my spiritual practice. So let's get into it, Margareta. Let's get into it. So I'm going to share three today. So the first thing that I learned through this process of SIP is the importance of just starting. The importance of just starting. My producer Sekou just stood up. He has his doing shirt on. Yes, just doing it, right? We talk ourselves out of so many things. Right? So the importance of just starting. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. It doesn't matter. So most of you, I think, know the story about how SIP, before it was even called SIP, how it started. It started through a conversation that Sekou and I were having during the pandemic. The pandemic is happening. This is early on, right? The pandemic started like officially mid-March, right? And of 2020. And everyone's in their house trying to figure out what they're going to do and all that jazz. And I'm talking to Sekou, we're on the phone. And I made mention, and he was making mention of things that we both wanted to do. And I said, you know, what I always wanted to do was just like get on Facebook and say something like inspirational, you know? And he said, well, do it. And I was like, oh, you know, maybe, you know, I hemmed and I hawed, I hemmed and I hawed. And then he said the magic word, I dare you. I dare you to go on Facebook and say something. And that's all I need is a challenge because I'm kind of competitive in that way. And so April 6th, 2020, I did my first Facebook Live. It was crooked. I had my camera the wrong way, right? It was less than 5 minutes. I was a nervous wreck, but guess what? I did it. I did it. Was it perfect? No way, no how was it perfect. Did I know what I was doing? Nope. Didn't know what I was doing at all. But I did it, right? I took that step, that baby step, right? I just started with what I had, right? I just started with what I had. And it was so fulfilling to me in a very scary way that I wanted to do it again. And I told Sekou, I'm going to do it again. And he was like, okay, like next week, next month. Like I said, no, tomorrow. And that started it. At that time, I did it every single day, 7 days a week. I was on here sharing what was in my heart, right? To connect with people, right? To hopefully inspire them to connect with their joy, with their yes. Yes? So that's what I learned. The importance of just starting where you are, no matter what. No matter what the conditions are, no matter what you think you need and you don't have it yet, just start. Just start. Just start. So that's one. Number two, messing up is not the end. Messing up is not the end, y'all. It's just the beginning, right? So what if after April 6, 2020, when I'm like this on the screen, you know, saying something for like 4 minutes, right? Felt like I totally screwed up, messed up. It was a mess. I'm going to delete it. It's still on Facebook right now. I never took it down because I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, right? So what? I messed up. So what? Did the world come to an end? No. Did anything bad happen? No. Right? But we could talk ourselves out of stuff because we're judging ourselves. That's the bottom line. Because we're judging ourselves, one, or we're comparing ourselves to others, two, right? Now, what if on that day I said, well, look at Iana Van Zant. Look how she does it. It's absolutely wonderful how she does it. And I start comparing myself to her. No, messing up is not the end, y'all. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And this is the third one. Don't underestimate a small step. Don't underestimate a small step. Don't underestimate teeny tiny progress. Don't underestimate it. Don't underestimate it. Because small steps lead to bigger possibilities. Small steps lead to bigger possibilities. And so I'm going to share a demonstration of this an example of this that I know Sekou will appreciate because it has to do with what he's been talking about on his show and the envelope challenge, right? Now, what did I say? Don't underestimate a small step, teeny tiny progress, right? Make teeny tiny progress. Small steps lead to bigger possibilities, right? So I've been participating in Sekou's envelope challenge. And if you don't know what that is what it is Sekou rolls a die, and whatever that number is, you set that aside in your savings account. So I move money from my checking account into my savings account, and and I just let it sit there, right? And I do this every day that he does the die. And on the weekends, when he's not on, I just pick a random number out of my head, right? Between 1 and 6. I said, okay, what number is it? Okay, 2. And I just put the $2 in, right? So every single day. And it's really cool to see the money grow. It's really nice to see it grow, right? We're talking $1 to $6 every day, right? Not a lot of money. Not a lot of money, right? So been doing this. I can't remember the day that I started, but it's been a couple of months. It's been a couple of months. So I accumulated $1,000. $1,000, y'all. One small step at a time, every single day, right? Commitment to doing something, right? Every single day. So last week, Sekou was talking about Amazon and Tesla and the possibility that they may split their stock, and that this was a good time to buy, right? And I have Tesla stock and I have Amazon stock, a fraction of it on Cash App. And a couple of months ago, I had opened up a Ameritrade account, and you can't do fractional shares there. So I don't have Amazon and Tesla in Ameritrade, right? But it's been my desire too, especially Tesla. So I got my $1,000. I got my $1,000. I got my $1,000. Yes, Gladys. Yes. And I checked to see what Tesla stock, a full whole stock, how much that was. And on that day, it was $1,085. So I was like, oh, should I do it now? And I kept like going back to see, and it was like fluctuating up and down, up and down, up and down. And I sent a message to Sekou, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do this? And Sekou responded. He was like, if you could do it, right? And I was like, bet, I'm going to do it. So by the time I decided to do it, the stock had gone up to $1,092 and some cents. So I already had the $1,000 from the envelope challenge. So all I needed to put in was $92, y'all. That's all I needed to put in. Now, if I had not been doing the envelope challenge, what I would need to put in would be a whole $1,092, and I more than likely would have talked myself out of it. But because I had this envelope challenge money, it felt like free money. It just felt like play money, like Monopoly money, right? And I could do whatever I want with it. So I'm going to buy Broadway, right? So I'm going to buy Tesla. And that's what I did. That's what I did. So my $1,000 from the envelope challenge, $92 I transferred over from another account, and I made my purchase of a whole share of Tesla stock. So excited about that. And how did that happen? Because I don't underestimate the small steps. $1 here, $5 there, $6 there, over time, in a short period of time. We only talk about months, right? Teeny tiny progress. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, take a teeny tiny step towards doing it, and do it. Unpack it. Make it smaller, right? Think about like whatever your favorite meal is, right? You don't just pick up the plate and shove the whole thing in your mouth in one big swoop, right? No, you take little bites, right? And before you know it, you completed the whole meal and it's satisfying. Before I knew it, I had $1,000, added 92, and was very satisfied to buy my Tesla stock. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. So those are the three learnings that I have experienced personally for myself over these 2 years of doing SIP. One, the importance of just starting. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. It doesn't matter. Two, messing up is not the end. It's not the ending. It's just the beginning. And three, don't underestimate small steps. Teeny tiny progress. Small steps lead to bigger possibilities. All right. All right, y'all. So we are celebrating. We are celebrating. I appreciate all of the comments there. Yes, Linda, I'm glad this is ringing true for you today. I am glad it's ringing true for you today because it's based in principle. It really is. It's really based in principle. You can apply it to every single area of your life. Every area of your life. From doing something that you've been dreaming about to investing, right? And everything in between. Everything in between. All right, y'all. All right. So let's get into some joy news. So it was a full weekend for Rev Melissa. We had a beautiful Living Life in Joy show yesterday with Reverend Celeste Frazier. So if you missed it, please check it out. She has a podcast called Mystic Magic. She's a teacher, a healer, a speaker. She's an author of 2 books, and she even has her own app, which I am very curious about. I said, I think I want my own app. Her app is called Conscious Grace, and it's just spiritual practices that she shares. You know, it's beautiful. So I'm like, What did I say? Take a small step, teeny tiny step. I think I want an app, a SIP app. All right, y'all, put that out in the universe. Then after Living Life in Joy, so this Sunday, join me 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time for our next SIP, our next Living Life in Joy. And then we had Sunday in Praise at Rockland CSL. It's April. We started a whole new theme for April, which is revisioning the vision. And my topic yesterday was yes, love. Yes, love. So if you missed it, you can see just my sermon part. If you just want to see the sermon, you can go to our YouTube channel, Centers for Spiritual Living, Rockland County YouTube channel, and you can check out just my talk there. If you want to see the full service from beginning to end, you could check out the full service on Facebook, on our Facebook page. So join me this Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, as we continue our revisioning the vision theme. And I kind of left a cliffhanger in yesterday's sermon because I'm talking about our vision for the center and what came out of our visioning. And I kind of left it there. I didn't share what came out of the visioning. So you got to tune in for this Sunday. The topic for this Sunday is Wordle Wisdom. I just crack myself up sometimes. So the Sunday before last, the topic was feng shui. And next Sunday, it's going to be Wordle Wisdom. Yes, y'all. So please tune in for that. April 6th, the day after tomorrow, is Yes Day. It's the official 2-year anniversary of SIP. So please join me every day, but especially on Wednesday for that celebration. And today I'm going to send DMs to some of you to pop in on the show on Wednesday. And if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I would love it if you would. So please check your DMs on Facebook today. Or DM me if you want to, DM me if you want to, take that step and come on the show with me on Wednesday. April 15th is our next full moon meditation, our meditation with the pink moon. So that's April 15th at 8:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And the days that we have meditation with the moon, we do not have the 10:30 sip. Okay, so our sip is the meditation with the moon at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. All right. So I'm going to stop there. I'll make more announcements tomorrow. I want to check in with Sekou, see how he's doing.
Yeah. So many things to say. So yeah, there it is. The doing shirt, doing period. Yeah, that's how it all started. I was in that doing period space when you and I had that conversation. I just started the doing period space. I was just doing some things. And so when you started talking about it, you started hemming and hawing. I was like, go do it. Go do it. My energy around them was very aggressive.
Yes.
Bellowed a bit since then. But my energy around them was very aggressive. Yeah, so I'm glad you took the dare, did the thing, and look at this now. Who could have thunk? 2 years, New Thought Media Network, me being on as a producer, spitting off to my own show. Like, who could have thunk any of it, right? And I'm glad you talked about the envelope challenge, because those baby steps, people underestimate the power of the baby step. Mm-hmm. Talk about baby steps all the time, but they underestimate the power of baby steps. Underestimate what they can do in a year and overestimate what they can do in a day. Like, those baby steps add up. And just to piggyback, I talked about the envelope challenge. We're in sync again. I talked about the envelope challenge quite a bit this morning on my show. But just to piggyback, you got up to $1,000 and you do weekends. Mm-hmm. So just to emphasize how baby steps add up, my envelope challenge, I got up to $600. I don't do weekends. Look at that difference. I was like, okay, I'm starting weekends this week. Like, what? What? Yeah, so just that little bit of difference, it makes a huge difference. If you let it add up, it makes a huge difference. So, people are always talking about they need extra money, need extra $1,000. You have proven to everyone watching here that you can do it quickly and easily, painlessly. I mean, $6 is the maximum you're going to donate to yourself, and that's a cup of coffee at Starbucks. You can, and there's still people, I asked people on my show recently who's doing it, and there was still people who are like, nah, I'm still look, you just missed out on $1,000. Minimum, you missed out on $600, right? You could have used that money for whatever. Right, so anyway, go back and watch my show for today to hear me talk about how I didn't spend the money the way I should have spent the money. That's a whole other thing about cognitive bias and about traps. And I didn't do what Rev Mel did, even though I told her to do it. Like, what? You gotta watch today's show. Because I spent all weekend wondering about, like, how did Mel do it and I didn't do it? All weekend I spent thinking about it and going down the rabbit hole and Googling it. So if you don't watch any other of my shows, watch today's show. Because I had to get in my own pockets about myself and my cognitive bias. So anyway, and tune in tomorrow, because this show clearly has inspired me. Like, I'm hyped now, right? I'm going to go in on some of my baby steps and what they led to. I'll go into that.
That's good.
I got a reveal coming, so I'm going to do it tomorrow. You inspired me. Let's go. All right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's what it is, y'all. It all starts within. It all starts within our consciousness, our subconscious mind. It's all there. It's all created there. It's all created there. So get your mind right? Get your mind right. Because we get to practice that. That's probably the biggest thing we get to practice, either knowingly or unknowingly. we are practicing what we are consciously and unconsciously thinking. It gets outpictured right before our very eyes, right? That's the biggest practice and the most important practice, right? All right, y'all. All right. So we're going to continue the celebration of learnings, the celebration of learnings. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Thank you for being with me today live. I'll see you all tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll continue the celebration. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.